Where's my Uncle Steve? Uncle Steve O'Brien, where are you? Where's he? He's at the bar. Right, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know him, this is my Uncle Steve. He's not my real uncle, but he's been my dad's best friend since they were kids. He's been a major influence on my dad's life. How my dad's turned out to be the well-rounded chap he is these days, I'll never know. Now, if you don't know Steve, you will do by the end of the night. You'll probably hear him first, though. But anyway, back my dad's 50th birthday, back in August, I did a song for him. And Steve came up with us that night. He says, Dan, he says, it's my 50th in June next year. He says, will you do as a song? He says, of course I will, Steve, of course I will, just for you. But of course, then as things turn out, I cannot be there in June. So Steve, look at this. Tonight is your 50th birthday, mate. Okay? This one's especially for you. And this is called One Last Call for the Heed the Ball. By the way, I've had a few drinks, so I'm likely to forget a few words, but you know, we'll just breeze past it. Steve O'Brien, Steve O'Brien, Stevie O'Brien. 50 today, hip hip hooray, O'Brien, O'Brien. Steve O'Brien, Steve O'Brien, Stevie O'Brien. One last call for the heed the ball, O'Brien, O'Brien. Steve has been my dad's friend for as long can be, and I used to think of him as a pillar of society. But when out on the race trips, I see another side. He's bloody drunk and halfway too, I just can't go abide. Steve O'Brien, Steve O'Brien, Stevie O'Brien. Betting on a horse, but he's drunk of course, O'Brien, O'Brien. Steve O'Brien, Steve O'Brien, Stevie O'Brien. One last call for the heed the ball, O'Brien, O'Brien. Now Steve is a good-looking chap and he has a winning smile. He means no harm, but he will get on your nerves after a while. But I really shouldn't laugh at him, it really is quite sad, cause it's not his fault, he probably gets it from his senile dad. Stevie O'Brien. Your dad is a tap, or you're having a laugh, O'Brien. Steve O'Brien, Steve O'Brien, Stevie O'Brien. One last call for the heed the ball, O'Brien.
Oh yeah, I'm back this.
Now Steve is quite emotional and he really loves his friends, and his dedication means he'll be there till the very end. But then on some occasions he really takes the piss. When he comes from behind and on your face he plants a great big kiss. Steve O'Brien, Steve O'Brien, Stevie O'Brien. 50 today and a little bit gay, O'Brien. Steve O'Brien, Steve O'Brien, Stevie O'Brien. One last call for the heed the ball, O'Brien, O'Brien. Now Steve has got a lovely wife, but he's got two numpty lads. And the poor buggers stand no chance, cause they take after their dad. Now Anthony's just an alkie, and he's always on the rave. And Matt might be a scouser, but he's always been big. Steve O'Brien, Steve O'Brien, Stevie O'Brien. Shot for the goal from the birth control, O'Brien, O'Brien. Steve O'Brien, Steve O'Brien, Stevie O'Brien. One last call for the heed the ball, O'Brien, O'Brien. One last call for the heed the ball, O'Brien, O'Brien. One last call for the heed the ball, O'Brien, O'Brien. Happy birthday, Steve. I love birthdays. Brilliant. It's actually my lovely stepmom's 46th birthday today, but I'm not allowed to talk about it, so we'll not mention it, shall we? Happy birthday.
By the way, Dan, just before you carry on, some of the lads have sort of chipped together and got you a present.